Dear Mr. President, I'm writing to you this letter as a friend, as a patriot of this country, as a citizen who loves his motherland and do not wish to trade it for any other country in this world, not for silver, not for gold. I am writing you this letter not to complain or point a finger at you and your government for what you have not done or for what you're yet to do. But I come to offer my 2 cents advice on this subject that is the biggest gangrene in this nation called unemployment amongst the youth. I am writing you this letter as a victim of unemployment myself. Just the other day, I had to part with my laptop due to robbery at a time when it was heavily raining at night. And I sit back and ask myself, do I blame the young man who broke into my house and stole my laptop? What is it that can make a young man of that nature brace the cold and the heavy rains that were raining at the time, break into a house and simply run away with such a commodity as a laptop? Well, the answer is simple. Anger. Anger can make you do crazy things like the young man did. My memory is equally drawn to a clip that I watched the other day when Harambee Stars was playing Qatar, away in Qatar. I was shocked at the population of Kenyans who turned up to watch the match. Over 10,000 people are recorded to have attended the match. In total, there were 15,000. But from the look of things, you could see that the Arabs were very few in the stands. So you could probably say that 90% of those who watched that match were Kenyans. So as I watched the match in excitement that Harambee Stars won, my heart could not stop but worry at whatever it was that might have caused all those people to run away from my country that I love so much and go and offer their valuable experience and expertise in a foreign land. And may I bring it to your attention that whatever we saw in Qatar is happening all across the world. The population of Kenyans that are flocking the embassies and migrating abroad going to offer their services for better working environments and better pay is alarming by the day. Mr. President, it is not lost to me just the other day we were handling a scandal in Eldoret, where hard-working citizens were duped of their money, all in the hope of being taken to Finland. I will not dwell on that anymore. But I come to you and fellow citizens of this country to offer my 2 cents opinion on the direction we need to take as a country to avert this gangrene that is bigger than any pandemic that this country has ever had, bigger than even COVID that we had the other day, called unemployment. And this is my take. I strongly believe that it is not difficult to eradicate more than 80% of unemployment among the youth if we properly sit down, benchmark, and analyze the various options available to these youth of today in the online market. The internet is a blessing to this generation. Few youths that have embraced the internet as a way of making money are making it big. But as I've said, it's only a few youth, because the internet is a very big farm and there's so much that can be done online. I myself that is speaking to you today is a beneficiary of the internet based on some of the things that I do online that gives me value and pays my bills. But I sit back and ask myself, what would it cost the government to look for people like us who have ideas and clues of how to make money online, to empower us, to organize seminars and conferences for the youths in every constituency, in every county, and have people like us train the youth on the various available avenues for them to make money online? It doesn't cost much, but knowledge is power. And our citizens will continue to languish in poverty because they have an old, ingrained system of thought that for you to make it in life, you have to be employed. Well, that worked in the past for our parents and the generation before them. But times have changed. Seasons have changed. Organizations are currently working left, right, and center to have all their systems amortized. People are going digital with even their functions and processes, including the national government. But our youth are still left in the old thinking system that someone somewhere there has to be a godfather to offer them an opportunity that has them sit in a job from 8 in the morning till 5 in the evening. Yet the reality is that across the globe, the youth who have embraced the social media, the youth who have embraced platforms of making money from online writing, social media account creators, online trading, just to mention but a few. In Kenya alone, we know of social media influencers who are having brand deals, having endorsements, and earning from these deals and endorsements and their presence and the followings they're having a salary that is much higher than yours, Mr. President. But they're not forthcoming with information of how to make it. But I bring it to you, Mr. President, that it doesn't cost much to empower the youth to embrace the internet as a platform for them making money. Just to elaborate on a platform like YouTube, Mr. President, what someone requires to start earning on YouTube, the first requirement is they need to have a minimum following of 1,000 people or 1,000 subscribers, Mr. President. Is that hard to achieve alone? Yes. As a team? No. Because assume this. If you call for a seminar for the youth that is supposed to empower them, a 1-week training, or even a 2 days conference for the youth, per county, per constituency, per region, the number that is going to turn out will be over 1,000 people plus. And what if at the end of the training, the first bit of requirement that is given to them is that every member that has attended the conference to subscribe to another person's YouTube channel, per se, leave alone the other social media platforms, by promoting the spirit of togetherness, whereby together we stand, divided we fall. Every member will leave that conference having had their minimum requirement of 1,000 subscribers. And the algorithm of YouTube, seeing that outburst of subscription on a channel that is relatively new, any content they post onto that channel will definitely go viral. Because the social media is a commercial hub for the agencies that run them. So if an account is going viral, there is where they want to put most of their ads, to make sure they're giving value to the corporate organizations that have endorsed them and sponsored them to promote their content on their platforms. Is that hard to do? No, it's not. Mr. President, because of the current hard economic times, I will be right to say that most of the youth, even those who long to have a cake or a piece of the cake on the online platforms to make money, most of them cannot even afford data bundles to help them stream live or upload their content that they've shot using their phone. Not to mention the fact that some don't even have smartphones. Mr. President, every year, the government usually allocates over 13 billion shillings towards the Uwezo Fund, the NYS, the Women Empowerment Fund, and all these other platforms. Thank you for that initiative. I've done my own calculations, Mr. President, and I've done my research, and I've found out that in a county like Nairobi that has over 112 market centers, it will only cost the national government of the county 336,000 shillings a month to set up an hotspot center with free Wi-Fi, open to the public. In a year, it will cost them 15 million shillings to make the hotspots running 100%. In 4 years, it will be 758 million shillings. If you make them 2 hotspots, then it's 1.5 billion shillings in 5 years. And I ask, if the youths are empowered, well-trained on all the opportunities that are available to them to make money online, and their government that loves them so much meets them halfway by making sure that part of the Uwezo Fund, part of the Youth Enterprise Fund, is properly used to make sure that they're having free hotspots within every constituency, within every market, within every school, and to furnish it further, going as far as even setting computer hubs and labs. And if there's any loan that needs to be given to the youth, let's come up with smartphone loans for the youths who cannot afford to have smartphones. and tell me, if the youth are properly empowered and properly trained on ways to make money online, be it academic writing, be it being a social media influencer, be it trading online, maybe in Forex, or any other currency that is there to be traded, won't we have reduced this gangrene that is ailing this country, that made a youth to brace the cold and the rain that was raining yesterday, break into my house and steal my valuables and make away with my laptop? And like I said, I don't blame him. It is hunger. I've been there. And I know that hunger is the worst thing to experience in life. It makes you do crazy things. So to my beloved president, until when will we make it a campaign tool? Until when will we gamble with the life of our citizens? Until when will we have beautiful minds that would have rather stayed behind and developed this nation, migrate abroad for greener pastures? I lay it onto you, Mr. Deputy President, that it's a high time we called for a thorough benchmarking and consultative meeting to streamline the issue of unemployment and to evaluate all possible options that the youth have online, whereby they will be working from home or anywhere they are with their gadgets at zero costs, and change their destiny and their lives, and reduce the high rates of depression they were currently incurring in this country. Reduce the high rate of drug abuse that the youth are exposed to due to their depressed nature. Reduce the high rates of suicide that this country is facing as a pandemic again, due to the hard economic times that the youth cannot foot the bill to live. And indeed, in the words of the CS trade, Moses Kuria, being born in this country called Kenya, you're already a candidate for death, and many things are competing to kill you. Let's rewrite that narrative. Let's not lose our youths due to lack of know-how, due to lack of empowerment, due to lack of sensitization. Let us come out and ensure that our youths are empowered and properly trained to steer forward the economy of this country. And at that time, the government shall have come up with proper revenue collections towards this venture of the online marketers and online traders, thereby also increasing on the national cake or national revenue collection. We will repay our debts in a historic time and relieve Kenya of any burden of the international community that holds us hostage because of the grants and the loans that they give us that are too much for us to afford. Thank you, my president. God bless Kenya.